Hello and welcome. I'm so happy you are here today for our session where we are going to discuss what to do when you do not understand a conversation. Have you ever been in a situation where others were talking and you did not understand everything? Maybe this has happened to you before at the store, at school, the bank, or even at work. What do you do when someone is speaking in English and you do not understand? This happens to all of us in any language, not just in English. Comprehending information is important. If you do not understand, that could lead to a safety hazard, a missed appointment, an upset customer, or worse, getting in trouble with the boss. There are ways to prevent this, and this is by asking clarifying questions. What are clarifying questions? These are questions that help us understand better. When we use them, they provide us with more information. More information, better understanding. Now let's take a look at the types of clarifying questions. This would be a good time to pause the video and grab your notebook and a pencil so you could take some notes. Copy the chart into your notebook. Okay, let's begin by looking at the first clarifying question. Could you repeat that slower, please? Write this under the first column. Using your chart, write the purpose under the second column. You use this phrase to signal that you want the speaker to say the same information again, but slowly. We will practice the pronunciation shortly. The second question is, could you repeat with different words, please? Copy this under the first column. Get ready to write the purpose next. We use this question when we do not understand the words and we want the speaker to use different or easier words. Now we have the last question. Could you spell that, please? Add this question under the first column. Ready for the purpose? We use this question when we want the speaker to name the letters to form the word. This helps us to understand which word the speaker is using. Wow, you have done a lot of work. Great job. Next, we are going to practice saying these clarifying questions and using them with examples. For this next part, you will need a highlighter. If you don't have one, that's okay. Let's look at our notes and review that first question. Could you repeat that slower, please? Could you repeat that slower, please? When you say could, the L is silent. We do not say could, we say could. When we use could and you together, we combine the D and the Y to pronounce the J sound. So could you is pronounced as could you. Okay, one more time. Repeat after me. Could you repeat that slower, please? Again, could you repeat that slower, please? Let's say that one more time. Could you repeat that slower, please? If this is too difficult, say, repeat slower, please. Can you think of an example of when you would use this question? Maybe at the store or on the phone, perhaps. Yes, you can use this question in those situations. Now, let's pretend you received a phone call and the person on the other end said, "This is to confirm your appointment with Ms. Johnson on August 13th at 3:30 p.m. Wait, what? Oh, I didn't get all that information, did you? I know. Let's listen to the call again, but this time we will use our question. You can use your notes if you want. Let's practice first. Could you repeat that slower, please? Good. Now we are ready. This is to confirm your appointment with Ms. Johnson on August 13th at 3:30 p.m. Could you repeat that slower, please? Yes, this is to confirm your appointment with Ms. Johnson on August 13th at 3:30 p.m. Appointment with Ms. Johnson on August 13th at 3:30 p.m. I got it. Did you? Yay, great. Now we are ready for the next question. Let's look at our chart for our second question. It says, could you repeat with different words, please? I'll say it slowly. Could you repeat with different words, please? One more time. Could you repeat with different words, please? If this is still too hard, you can simply say, different words, please. Now we are going to see an example of how we can use this. Imagine your neighbor said something when she saw you outside. She said, I hope you are planning on going to the bazaar next week. I did not understand what she said. Let's try using our clarifying question. I hope you are planning on going to the bazaar next week. Could you repeat with different words, please? Sure. I hope you are planning on going to the carnival next week. Oh, I understand carnival. So a bazaar is similar to a carnival. Perfect. All right, we're going down to the last question. Let's look at our chart. It says, could you spell that, please? Let's practice saying this question. Could you spell that, please? One more time, but slowly this time. Could you spell that, please? To make it easier, you could say, spell, please. You're doing great. Now, let's look at our next example and see how we can use this last question. Imagine they called you for an interview and they gave you the address for the interview. You want to make sure you write it down correctly, right? Take a look at this scenario. Congratulations! We would like to interview you. Please come to the office tomorrow. Our address is 123 Huckleberry Street. Whoa. What street? I only understood 123. This is the perfect situation to ask our clarifying question. Let's try this again. Congratulations! We would like to interview you. Please come to the office tomorrow. Our address is 123 Huckleberry Street. Could you spell that, please? Yes, of course. Huckleberry is Huckleberry. 123 Huckleberry. Oh, I understood. I think we're doing a great job with these 3 clarifying questions. Now we are going to do some more examples and determine which clarifying question we should use. Let's look at our chart again and review the questions. Question 1 is used when we need to hear the information very slowly. Think of a turtle. Slow. Repeat after me. Could you repeat that? Slower, please. You got it. Great. Question 2 is used when we need help understanding vocabulary. We have a doubt? The question will be repeated the same way but using different words. Think of a circle or a replay symbol to signify substitution. Repeat after me. Could you repeat again, please? Sweet. You are doing great. Question 3 is used when you heard the word except you do not know how to write it. The person will call out each letter to form the word. Think of the letters A, B, C to remind you that the question is about spelling. Repeat after me. Could you spell that, please? Awesome. I think we are ready for a little more practice, huh? So we are going to listen to a statement and we are going to decide which question to use, okay? Here's the first statement. Elisa's birthday is on the 18th. I heard that it's Elisa's birthday, but I'm not sure about the date. Let me look at the chart to help me see which question I should use. If I ask the first clarifying question, they will say it slowly. That might help. If I ask the second question, they will use different words. I don't think that is what I need. If I ask the third question, they will spell the number. That might help too. Okay, let's try using two clarifying questions. Let's hear the example one more time. Elisa's birthday is on the 18th. Could you repeat that slower, please? Yes, Elisa's birthday is on the 18th. I'm pretty sure the date has an 8, but I want to make sure I got the right information. So I'm going to ask another clarifying question. Could you spell 18th, please? Yes, it's E-I-G-H-T-E-E-N-T-H. I see. So her birthday is on the 18th. Great. Here is another listening example. The order number 8624 needs to be emailed to Miss Wen. This sounds pretty important, so I need to get this right. I'll look at my chart to see which clarifying question is best. The person said a number, so I need that repeated. He also said the name of a person and I need to email them. That means the spelling is significant. I will ask two clarifying questions to get the information I need. Let's hear the statement again. The order number 8624 needs to be emailed to Ms. Wen. Okay, I'm going to ask to repeat slower. Could you repeat that slower, please? Yes, the order number 8624 needs to be emailed to Ms. Wen. I heard order number 8624 and I need to email it to Ms. Wen. I need to verify how to spell Wen's name. I'm going to use the clarifying question on spelling. Could you spell Wen, please? Yes, it's N-G-U-Y-E-N. Wow, that is not how I thought you would spell Wen. Good thing I had clarifying questions to help me get the correct information. Now it's your turn to practice. Don't worry, I will still help you. Plus, you can use your chart to determine which clarifying question to use. Ready? Of course you are. Let's listen to Fumi's day again and see if we would be able to get all the information she needs. The inspections report are due next Tuesday. Need to hear it again? Which question would you use? Let's look at the chart. Would you ask to repeat slower, use different words, spell it, or a combination? Let's try asking to repeat. Could you repeat that slower, please? The inspection reports are due next Tuesday. Did you get all the information? Perfect. Mr. Van Buren, the center director, will be visiting. Please introduce yourselves when you see him. Do we have all the information we need? Yes, you're right. We need to ask to spell it. Ready? Go ahead. How do you say it? Yes, that's correct. Could you spell Van Buren, please? Yes, it's capital B-A-N for Van, and Buren is capital B-U-R-E-N. Let's hear that video portion again and see if we understand. Mr. Van Buren, the center director, will be visiting. Please introduce yourselves when you see him. Did you understand everything? Oh, I see that someone did not understand. Okay, what would you ask? Yes, we could ask to repeat it slower. Let's try that. Could you repeat that slower, please? Mr. Van Buren, the center director, will be visiting. Please introduce yourselves when you see him. Wonderful. I think we did it. Here's that last part. Get ready. Also, please remember to submit the inventory survey to janedoe@domain.com. Which clarifying question would you use? Yes, I would agree. Let's ask to repeat it slower. Could you repeat that slower, please? Yes. Please remember to submit the inventory survey to janedoe@domain.com. Did you get that? Oh, you need more information. Okay, which clarifying question do you want to use? Could you spell the email, please? Yes, JANEDOE@DOMAIN.com. Do you have all the information to help Fumi? Absolutely. Congratulations! Now you and Fumi are able to use clarifying questions when you need more information. Now you are ready to practice on your own. Keep on asking those clarifying questions, and remember, it is never too late to learn English. Until next time.